Ever wonder why some days you're bursting with energy, knocking out tasks left and right, while other days it's a struggle just to get out of bed? The culprit behind this roller coaster? It's all about dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. But here's the kicker. Mastering your dopamine levels can unlock a whole new level of productivity, happiness, and motivation. And the best part, it's ridiculously simple. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 easy-peasy steps to take control of your dopamine. Even if you're a self-proclaimed couch potato, ready to take your brain from May to yeah. Let's dive in. 1. Dopamine detox. Unplug to recharge. Let's kick things off with something you've probably heard a lot about lately, the dopamine detox. But before you roll your eyes and think this is just another trendy buzzword, let's break it down. Our brains are constantly bombarded by instant gratification, whether it's scrolling through social media, binge-watching Netflix, or indulging in junk food. Every time you get a like on Instagram, finish an episode of your favorite show, or devour that bag of chips, your brain releases a hit of dopamine. Feels good, right? But here's the catch. Too much dopamine from these quick-fix activities can actually fry your brain's reward system, making it harder to feel motivated or enjoy the things that really matter. Enter the dopamine detox. The idea here is to reset your brain's dopamine levels by temporarily cutting out these high-stimulation activities. Imagine your brain as a battery that's constantly being drained by these little dopamine hits. By unplugging from these distractions, you give your brain the chance to recharge, and when you do indulge in those activities again, they'll feel way more rewarding. Start small. Try unplugging for just a few hours a day. No phone, no TV, no junk food. Spend that time doing low dopamine activities like reading, meditating, or taking a walk in nature. It might feel boring at first, but that's the point. Boredom is your brain's way of resetting its dopamine levels. Once you've mastered a few hours, challenge yourself to a full day. You'll be surprised at how much more focused, motivated, and happy you feel when you're not constantly chasing the next dopamine hit. The power of micro goals. Small wins, big rewards. Next up, let's talk about one of the simplest yet most powerful tools in your dopamine mastery toolkit, micro goals. If you've ever set a massive goal, like losing 50 pounds, writing a book, or learning a new language, you know how daunting it can be. The sheer size of the task can leave you feeling overwhelmed and unmotivated. But here's the thing. Our brains love to win, even if it's just a tiny win. That's where micro goals come in. Micro goals are small, manageable tasks that you can complete quickly and easily. They're like little dopamine snacks for your brain. Every time you check one off your list, your brain gets a mini dopamine boost, which motivates you to keep going. And the best part? These small wins add up to big results over time. Let's say you want to get in shape, but the thought of hitting the gym for an hour every day makes you want to crawl back into bed. Start with just 5 push-ups a day. That's it. 5 push-ups take less than a minute, but completing them gives you a sense of accomplishment and a little hit of dopamine. Once you've mastered that, add 5 more. Then maybe throw in a minute of jumping jacks. Before you know it, you've built a workout routine that feels totally doable. And this doesn't just apply to fitness. Whether you're trying to write a novel, clean your house, or learn a new skill, breaking it down into micro goals makes the process way less overwhelming and way more rewarding. Plus, you'll build momentum, and suddenly, those big goals won't seem so impossible after all. The 80-20 rule: focus on what really matters. Finally, let's talk about a little life hack that's been around for ages, but is incredibly powerful when it comes to mastering your dopamine levels. The 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle. This principle states that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. In other words, a small number of activities are responsible for the majority of your success and happiness. The trick is figuring out what those activities are and focusing your energy on them. When it comes to dopamine, this means identifying the activities that truly bring you long-term satisfaction and fulfillment, rather than those quick dopamine fixes that leave you feeling empty afterward. For example, think about the last time you spent hours scrolling through social media. Sure, it felt good in the moment, but did it really make you feel accomplished or happy afterward? Probably not. Now think about an activity that genuinely makes you feel good, something that gives you a lasting sense of satisfaction, like finishing a good book, spending quality time with loved ones, or working on a creative project. These are the activities that fall into that crucial 20%. By prioritizing these activities, you're not only getting a bigger dopamine boost in the moment, but you're also setting yourself up for long-term happiness and fulfillment. So how do you apply the 80-20 rule to your life? Start by making a list of all the activities you do in a day. Then, identify which ones give you the most satisfaction and which ones just eat up your time and energy. Focus on increasing the time you spend on those high-impact activities and cutting back on the low-impact ones. It's a simple shift, but it can make a world of difference in how you feel and how you perform. And there you have it. 3 simple yet powerful steps to mastering your dopamine levels, even if you're the laziest person on the planet. Whether it's unplugging from distractions, setting micro goals, or focusing on what truly matters, these strategies will help you take control of your brain's dopamine and unlock your full potential. So what are you waiting for? Start with just one of these steps today and see how much better you feel. And hey, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, not for the dopamine rush, but because you know you want more awesome content like this. And if you don't, well, I guess you're just saving that dopamine for something else, right?